Fuck Up Coach Dr. Kalasana and his virtual team welcome you to the 10th and final episode of the tutorial How to Become a Total Failure, presented by Jenny.
Thank you, Guy. Congratulations. Using the techniques learned in this course to create fear in yourself and make other people reject you, you have now achieved your goal, total personal unhappiness. And you have been punished for all your guilt. You have driven everyone you know out of your life. Unburdened by work, loved ones, or friends, you can now complain 24 hours a day about how mean life is and that you have been betrayed by everyone you know, just as you had foreseen. Now you can look back with satisfaction. In the introductory episode, we suspected that you felt guilty. What for doesn't matter. What matters is that you are socially rejected for it and therefore wanted to be punished. How could this happen? Quite simply, you became a master of self-torture by becoming a toxic person, perhaps without noticing it yourself at first. But others noticed. When you met with friends, you were not at all interested in their interests and achievements, you constantly blasphemed others, never apologized, and when new people joined, your friends suddenly became unimportant. In this way you created a helpful condition, your friends felt less and less comfortable with you. Let us now conclude by summarizing the most important masochism exercises you have learned in this tutorial. This quick guide can help you to be prepared for relapses and unwanted social contacts. But beware, in everything you do, think about what others might think of it. Exercise 1. Be hard on yourself. Remember how you always wanted to be perfect. Are you toying with the idea of being more lenient with yourself? Don't even start, because you don't need self-doubt and unnecessary satisfaction. Instead, focus on rejecting other people's attempts to connect with you. Continue to reject their attempts to contact you. If you find this increasingly difficult, you have crystal clear proof of your general inadequacy. Exercise 2. Torment yourself with worries. If you couldn't resist your neighbor's suggestion to spend New Year's Eve with them so you wouldn't be alone, there are benefits. You can now worry about whether you forgot to buy something, whether your guests might be vegan or whether there will be enough meat for everyone, whether someone will be allergic to the ingredients or whether the champagne has too much acid. Make sure several times that the toilet is clean, that there are fresh guest towels and that there is no dust anywhere. Ask yourself if the music was not too loud to hear the doorbell or phone in case someone wants to come a little early, a little late, or not at all. Worry about possible stains on your sofa or carpet, broken expensive glasses, or that someone could throw up in the kitchen. Exercise 3. Bicker against harmony. If you have guests or are invited, make sure things don't get too harmonious. If necessary, start an argument by saying something that can be taken as a joke or taken seriously. Then accuse the other person of making fun of your serious concerns or not having a sense of humor. That should eliminate the annoying harmony. If that's not enough, insist on your views. Exercise 4. Insist on your views.
Hey!
If you make an effort, you can complain everywhere and use that for your purposes. The important thing is that you regard your behavior and your views as normal, right, and completely natural in every case, even if someone can prove you wrong. This makes any behavior of others that deviates from this seem stupid and crazy, about which you can now get endlessly upset. Exercise 5. Find evidence for your suspicions. When you are invited to your parents' home, confront them with a hint to show their weaknesses. If they agree in amazement, your pure suspicions have been confirmed. However, if your parents act as if they don't know what you're talking about, explain it to them. The fact that you don't even know what I'm talking about says it all. Now you have the proof that you are right and just wasting your valuable time with completely unsuitable people. Of course, this also works wonderfully with partners and friends you may still have. Exercise 6. Create discontent and displeasure. If you still have a job, ask various colleagues one after the other for a favor. Then, when they start doing it, ask them for another favor. Since your colleagues cannot do both favors at the same time, you now have the opportunity to complain. If they want to take care of the first request first, you can accuse them of ignoring the second one and vice versa. Should they react angrily to this, tell them in a huff how cranky they have been lately. Exercise 7. Trust no one. If you get the idea that maybe you can trust a doctor, after all, this simple exercise will help convince you otherwise again. Today, sit down in a completely silent room. You will suddenly hear a steady sound, a whistling or buzzing in your ear. Now go back out into the street and continue to concentrate on this sound. You will notice that it is quieter, but not gone and remains so. Now go to the doctor and sit in the waiting room. If you are called and the doctor tells you that it is something completely harmless and does not need any treatment, do not fall for it. Because he is either a lousy doctor or just wants to go easy on you and not inform you about your incurable disease. Exercise 8. Create guilt in others. If there are still people in your life who have not understood how many times you have done them a favor and what sacrifices you have made, list them one by one and over again. Accuse them of selfishness and ingratitude. Set conditions for every relationship. Lie, be offended, and insulted.
Oh, no!
If you hurt yourself, blame others. Threaten to separate, and if that doesn't help, to commit suicide. Exercise 9. Devalue yourself to stay alone. Let's assume the unlikely case that someone from your apartment block has fallen in love with you. If you are toying with the idea of returning this love, consider the following. When two people love each other, there is rarely room for intense unhappiness. Therefore, immediately remind yourself of all your inner abysses. There are bound to be lies, jealousy, envy, because only you know what an abysmally bad person you are. Now torment yourself with these beliefs. I'm not allowed to indulge myself. I don't belong. I don't want anyone to know how I feel. I don't want to be seen. I want to be invisible. From this you can draw only one logical conclusion: if someone loves such a despicable being as you, he must be morally depraved himself. And you cannot love such a person under any circumstances. So you can continue to wallow in your self-pity undisturbed. And watch the umpteenth rerun of your favorite show.
You listened to the 10th and final episode of the tutorial on how to become a total failure. Listen to the ad-free version on Apple Podcasts now. Visit the fuckup.coach website to learn more about Dr. Kalasana and his virtual team. And to let us learn how you like this tutorial and what you might miss, we look forward to your review on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you.